Hi, this is Sun Mushy, and for those of you who don't know, it was actually today, the 29th, that there was a full moon in Sagittarius, and so there have been some YouTube videos I've been watching, and so one of the channels that I watch, Walu Child Readings, she did a full moon in Sagittarius video where she split it up. Instead of picking like a card between 1, 2, or 3, she did sort of like a choose your zodiac sign. So if you're Aries or Pisces, Aquarius, whatever sign you are, that you select a timestamp for that sign. So I figured I would follow suit, and she really inspired me to go ahead and try out that kind of reading. Found out that all the letters spelled out for all 12 zodiac signs count up to 77, and there's 78 cards in the tarot deck. So that meant there was one card left over. So first I wanted to start with an overall energy. Ooh. An overall energy is the Three of Pentacles. Let me turn up this crystal clear intuition music for myself. So overall, this is something that I believe all the signs can resonate with. I also think you could probably resonate with each and every one of these messages. But, you know, to save yourself time, just go ahead. You can go to the one dedicated to your sign. Now, to be honest, I don't know a whole bunch about the horoscope signs and all that, astrology and whatnot, but I did a little bit of research, and so I put these crystals to help me remember. So these three are going to be the fire signs, these are the earth signs, air signs, and water signs when I move these back. But overall, we get the Three of Pentacles. And what do I feel from the Three of Pentacles? I feel universally right now, among all 12 signs, a time of friendship, a time of peace, a time of new beginnings. I think for all of us, there's going to be some people coming back from the past. For me specifically, I kind of got my fingers crossed about someone, but like, you never know who. You really never know who can come back or who's gonna help you build this foundation. But Three of Pentacles. Sorry, I'm gonna pause to save time while I just like feel this card. Okay, so I'm sensing some of you might be worried about these new beginnings. You might be worried about if someone's going to come into your life or come back. Or this person that kind of like left from the past, will they come back in your present or future? You might be wondering if you should take action. With a full moon, I looked at the cycle a while ago. Actually, that was inspired by Rainbow Harmony, another tarot channel that I'm really into. Actually, she was like my #1 channel, the first one I went to. One second. I'll let my dog over in. Come on, Lucky! Join the party! Woo! But, yeah, so this is going to be not a pick a card reading, but a choose your zodiac reading on pretty much everything regarding the full moon. Should you take action? Should you not take action? The full moon is all about whether or not you want to act on your intentions that you've been setting since the new moon. So, yeah, overall energy is we're all kind of wondering about these new beginnings and this, like, new foundation, kind of for a new life we're about to build for ourselves. So, I'm going to set that over here. Go ahead and get started. So at this point, just go ahead and choose the timestamp below for your sign. So hold on, let me use this for reference. Aries. So we're gonna get started with Aries, which is a fire sign. Okay, Lucky, I need to stop petting you. Sorry. Alright, for those of you who are Aries out there, so, if you are wondering if you should act on your intentions right now, right off the bat, I'm kind of hearing up to you. It's going to be some pretty... It's going to shake your world, so to speak. So, since you are a fire sign... Yeah, I would just be careful with this intention that you're thinking about. If you're thinking about if you should act on something, this is the whole fork in the road card, so it really seems like you've got a pretty big decision to make. I think the way you're looking at the decisions is that this can pretty much make or break, is how I hear it. It's like you can make, this is a make or break situation. I think you've done a lot of thinking. You've done a lot of thinking to yourself. I'm pretty sure this is about a person. You're contemplating on if you should, I think, say something or give information to another person that doesn't know what you have been thinking of kind of recently. But that's just kind of one outlook on this. Another way I kind of see it is that it's this decision you have to make. It's kind of you who really doesn't know. You're the one who doesn't know how this other person thinks or feels about this situation that you share with them. It's you who doesn't know if this is going to ruin everything that you have, or if it's going to open an opportunity for a new beginning. So I'm hearing think more and let this cycle pass. This is something that can wait. You might feel like you really want to do this now, but I think you have to experience more of the world before you truly act on this pretty big decision, to be honest, is what I'm hearing. So, hope that helps. Hope that resonated with you. Basically, your message is for if you should act on your intentions this full moon. I'm hearing perhaps not. I'm hearing perhaps you should rest and let the cycle kind of go through again. And, you know, considering this is maybe about a person, it sounds like you've got some good times ahead with that person. I think if you learn more about what feelings and like everything, like basically if you learn more about the experiences you're going through right now, you'll get a clearer mind on what to do and how to make this decision and to be okay with the risk. Essentially, if you're okay with the risk of possibly breaking down something you've already built up for so long, then that same risk gives you the same possibility of a beautiful new beginning with this person. So it's really up to you and how you want to gauge the situation. But I say possibly wait. There's another phase in the moon cycle. It's the third quarter. It's like the party cycle. I'm hearing for some reason around that time you're gonna have this like sensation of the world, and it might be around then. Maybe this is just about timing, about telling this person. Perhaps search into it. Here, let me look at what one it's called. It's called it's just literally called the third quarter moon. So just kind of search up when the third quarter moon is. Around that time, apparently everyone's kind of down to party. So it's around that time that I think you should go with this decision and tell this person how you feel, or like what you think of that person is what I'm hearing. So yeah, hope that resonated with you. Peace out. So for those of you who chose, or who are what is this one? Taurus. This is Taurus. Ooh. I see. It looks like you've got a really rational approach to if you should act on your intentions, if you have any. It really looks like you're like, what could go wrong? This seems like a good idea. Like, everything's at peace now. You're emotionally stable. Everything's good. Everything's great. Like, you're in this time of peace and tranquility. But really think about what your intentions are. Really make sure your intentions are coming from the same place as your heart and your security. And also, I guess, your mind, you know? That's the really tricky thing. Your heart's in the right place. Where you are in life is in the right place. But what about your mind? What about your thoughts? Are your thoughts truly of pure good intention? And I'm hearing, if you were to act on these intentions now, you might kind of disrupt the balance of things, which is almost ironic because, well, it is ironic because that's the very thing that you've got. You've got this balance. It's this balance that led you to this decision making that would ultimately throw you off balance. So it's kind of interesting. It's the same thing that some sort of friendship or partnership that you've got going on, it would no longer be sustainable. It would be sustainable, I get. Like, you wouldn't, like, lose everything. I'm not sensing that, but I am sensing, like, you would throw this out of whack, and you'd experience a lot of highs and lows with where your security would go. And that has a lot to do with if there's a person and suddenly the trust is disrupted or changed. I think if you've got pure and good intentions, then this person or someone that you want to put these intentions on, this might all just be a love reading for everyone. I might label this, love reading. Also, I'm going to turn on the light real quick. But basically, if you've got pure and good intentions, then it's perhaps the other person that's got some trust issues that they've got to work through. And regardless of your intentions, if you tell them at this time, it really is going to kind of catch them off guard. It's going to make your guys' relationship and the give and take of emotions really imbalanced. And then you're going to experience perhaps a lot of highs and lows. I wish I could throw out some clarifiers, but they're all over here. I can't wait to get more decks. Hopefully Much Tea House hires me. But highs and lows at the end of this, that's not bad. That means this will be thrown out of whack if you were to act on this right now. And I think if you were to act on this right now, you can just be even more clear on your intentions. Really think through with that. This might happen regardless with this person. I think they've got some serious trust issues, or like just really won't see this coming, and that would throw anyone out of whack, you know? Like, like in one moment you're like this, and then the very next moment they realize like this. Basically, in terms of love, like perhaps they don't even know that you either have feelings for them or you're in love with them or what. But telling them that would kind of baffle anybody. Not baffle, but, you know, catch someone off guard. But highs and lows, typically when I get this card, this sort of like, it's kind of like it stables itself out by the end. Kind of if you like pluck a string, it starts off wide and like out of balance, so to speak. But by the end of the note, it'll balance out into stillness. So if you're worried about this shaking up your guys' foundation, I'm not hearing that. I'm just hearing it'll like make it a little like woo, like boom, just kind of struck a chord real quick, but it'll balance itself out. And the fact that Three of Cups is here, they might feel similarly. You just have to go ahead and wait and see, or act on this if you really feel like you should. I'm really picking up you've got good intentions, and that this is more about they're going to be like really in their heads like, is this person tricking me in some sort of way? Like, is this too good to be true sort of thing, you know? And I think they're going to like balance out, and like ultimately they're going to have that security going from a 6, like 9 of Pentacles is where you guys are already at. This just goes through a 6 phase, and like it'll balance itself back into a 9. So I'm hearing yes, go ahead and act on your intentions if they are truly good intentions and they're not full of any sort of deception. for those of you who are Taurus. So, hope that reading resonated with you. Yeah, I'm going to put the mic here. And hope you have a good rest of your week. Peace out. So, this is for Gemini. Wow. I'm hearing yes. I'm hearing act on your intentions. I'm going to try to speed up these readings. So, there's something, and was that really the end of the intuition music? Crazy. Okay. There's been a bunch of different key components in your life that built up to this moment. This moon, literally, the full moon. And everything is, like, in sync. Everything's in sync right now. It sounds like you're getting a lot of divine, like, time synchronizations. You know, like, everything just perfect timing, you know? I have not been experiencing that perfect timing for a while, but I think my synchronization was happening a while back. And, like, I still get other synchronicities, but it really sounds like if you're a Gemini, is that what this one is? Yeah. Yeah, Gemini. So yeah, if you're a Gemini, chances are you've been experiencing these synchronicities. So now that the full moon has kind of happened, act on it. Go for that. Start on this new beginning, this new path. So much appreciation, so much like self-empowerment and like understanding, and so much wisdom and clarity is going to come from it. I'm not going to read too far into the situation because I'm already 16 and a half minutes in, but hopefully, you know, if you're wondering if you should act on something, I'm hearing yes. I'm hearing go for it. You've got something in mind, and, like, I think everyone's on board if there's multiple people involved. Everyone is kind of on board, but it's a little unclear. I feel like there may have not been really all that much communication between everyone about this new beginning, or maybe it's something that you guys have already communicated, so it's already in the process. But this is, so then if that's the case, maybe you don't have to do anything. You've already done stuff. So overall, this is just a good omen reading. This is just like, woo, good stuff heading your way. So hope that message resonated with you. Peace out. And this one is Cancer. Oh, I keep forgetting to list the signs. Those are Earth and Air. So here's Cancer, which is a water sign. Wow. Okay, we get the Ten of Cups. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. Yes, I'm hearing act. I'm hearing act on your intentions. And your intentions are very emotion-based. This is probably confessing to someone or telling someone how much you appreciate them. Something like that. I gotta say, there's a few things. Okay. There's, you know, that's gonna change things, that's for sure. The way you and this other person are will ultimately, it's done. That's done with. You know, you go from previous version of, you know, this is who you guys are, to now this is who you guys are. But I gotta say, who you guys are, it's not like a broken foundation. Who you guys are is this Four of Pentacles. It's like this perfect balance between you two of understanding. I'm hearing like the battle is over, like the mental battle is over. There's going to be a lot of things where first you're going to be thinking to yourself, and you're going to be thinking outwardly, and you're going to be sharing those thoughts, pretty much. I feel like there's going to be a lot of communication from this point on if you were to act on your intentions around this time for the full moon. And for the cycle, by the way, once the full moon is kind of like in the next cycle, what's it called? The disseminating moon. That's kind of like when your intentions have already happened and you kind of just gotta sit and bring in the rewards. And the rewards I'm hearing is this duality, this like partnership with this person, and a release of pain. So if you're scared about this, if you're like, should I act on my emotions? Come on, let's face it. You got so many emotions right now. So yes, act on it. A lot of good could come from it. Unless if you've thought about it and you're like, no way, so then, you know, perhaps now's not the time. But it sure sounds like it could be the time. And, you know, I don't like to, like, assume that I know the future, or like, oh yeah, they'll say yes, or oh, they'll reciprocate your feelings. but according to the cards, they might reciprocate your feelings. And if they don't, they're going to understand. What you guys mean to each other obviously still matters to them, and you will build that up again and still have this sense of partnership, even if they don't feel that same exact way. They're not just going to abandon you. So if that's what you're worried about, definitely not. You guys are friends. You guys are close. There's this sense of trust no matter what if you were to tell them how you feel. You just got to know that, yeah, it'll change things. Change things. But there's so much good that could come from it, is what I'm hearing. So, yeah, that's for Cancer. Hope that message resonated with you. Peace out. And so this is for Leo. All right, Leos out there. Woo, good old Leos. Aww. Act on your intentions. I'm hearing to act on it. Your intentions are probably about either going separate ways or coming together. You really gotta decide. It's funny, this is very much like the Two of the Swords fork in the road. Basically, you gotta pick. Do you want this journey with someone, or do you want to diverge paths? Just know, either way, you've got your own energy with you. You've got this masculine, bright, loving energy, this funness that's going to follow you. You're always a fun person. It sounds like the result of this is a whole lot of reflecting. You're going to be like in your head thinking a lot. But I think it's going to be a good thinking. You're going to be appreciative of what decision you make. You're going to understand it. Whatever choice you make, it's for the best. The cards are in your hands, Leo. The cards are in your hands. You kind of get to decide if you want this person in your life or not, essentially. And you get to decide. Like, you get to keep this positive energy. You get to understand that it wasn't them who brought light into your world. It was you. You are who brings light into your world. You're the amazing one. So is the other person, but if you were possibly feeling for some reason that you will not have the sun, this warmth without that person, you're dead wrong. You are the sun. You are that warm energy. You're fun. You're lovable. Everyone's lovable. All these zodiacs, they're all lovable. But, yeah, don't ever lose sight of that. You're going to probably be really in your head regardless of what I say if you were to read this, Leos out there. But basically, you're amazing. Make a decision. Hope that message resonated with you. Peace out. Okay, Virgo. Virgo. It's a One Piece character. Ooh, interesting. I don't know how that happened. This decision is a really important decision to make, is pretty much what I pick up from this. I'm picking up that it defies logic. I'm picking up that it defies your sense of stability, your life path, your purpose, everything you were prepping yourself for. You were on this journey, and suddenly you're thinking, like, this intention of yours, you're like, what if I just drop all that and build something else up? And that's pretty big. I don't want to, like, ruin anyone's lives out there. So I don't want to tell you whether to act or not. I'm going to say this is quite a mystery. That's what I got to say. Whatever you're contemplating on is pretty darn mysterious. Or it's the exact opposite, and it's just so clear as day, like, making this decision, you will clearly bring in this new world of abundance and this new structure into your life. Or it's like, it's so mysterious, but it's exciting. It's really hard for me to pick up on this one for some reason. Which one is this? Is this Virgo? Yeah. So this is an earth sign, and we do start with an earth. Yeah, this just seems like something that's, like, out of character. This decision you're thinking about might be just, like, really different from what you're used to. It might end certain foundations that you've started. This could be about, you're straight up contemplating on if you want to maybe end a relationship for some reason, is what I'm hearing. With the Prince and the Princess of Wands in reverse. It's kind of like dropping, like, if you watch Steven Universe, you, like, kind of fuse into one character, and you're kind of wondering, should you unfuse? Should you unfuse? I think if you were to unfuse, you might be letting it go of quite a bit of mental strain and building up something a little more possible to be stable. But you gotta know, if you do that, you're in a really risky game. If you do that, it's like these can fall at any time. Like, it's gonna be pretty tricky. I can't pull clarifiers, but I can say, like, sometimes it's worth the risk if you feel it within you to just switch up the game and act on this intention. Like, your capability of building something and starting anew, it's still very much there. All up to you. But I think you know that this is a really risky, sort of like, questionable thing. Wish I could give you more input, pull some clarifiers and whatnot. Once I get another deck, totally. So with this full moon, I'm hearing something is... Ooh, there we go. Yeah, I'm still hearing it's up to you. Completely up to you what you want to do. If you're doing this, I don't know what your intentions for this are. Maybe you just want to... Maybe you're just questioning if this is even right for you. It's not even like following your heart or like your mind. Maybe not even your intuition. This just might be simply daring. You might just simply be like, is this the path I should even be on? Let me just dare and test it out. That's kind of your intention, maybe. So something as bold as that, using no like intuition, no heart, no mind, just the idea to dare. Perhaps wait on this and let more things come to light. So maybe don't act on your intentions is my personal vibe, but again, up to you. Hope that message resonated with you, Virgos. Peace out. Okay, so this is Libra. L-I-B-R-A. This is really cool. If your action is about letting something out, letting someone know how they've been truly making you feel, I'm hearing it's going to unravel things if you were to act on this, but you will get a sense of security, but you're going to get a sense of like, ah, crap, what do I do now? Like, you're going to be sitting tight. This might involve a huge friend group, or like, to you it might be huge. It could just be one person, and that's like a huge friend group for you. That's how I relate. Usually, like, losing one person in my life, it just feels like suddenly I'm like lonely and have absolutely nothing to do and have no one to hang out with sometimes, just by losing a single friend. Because every friend is important. One person is so important to me. So, which one is this? Libra. So Libra's out there. You might be wondering about this separation, and it has to do with the way you feel. Since it has to do with the way you feel, I gotta say, I'm a big feelings person, so I gotta say, act on this intention you're thinking about. You might lose this sort of path you're on with someone, but you will find a sense of security. It's gonna be a still sense of security. You're gonna be really sitting tight, but sometimes resting is not always a bad thing. You're gonna be sitting tight. The second half, like after the full moon, a lot of it is about coming to a rest. Third quarter moon, you're gonna be partying anyways. Everyone's apparently celebrating around then, so sure, if you do this, you'll be sitting tight. But yeah. So if you got intentions and you're wondering if you should act on it, I'm hearing, so long as you get your feelings out there. If acting on it gets your feelings out there, if not acting gets your feelings out there, somehow, do it. So, just expect a sense of boredom afterwards, a sense of time sitting still. Hope that message resonated. Peace out. Okay, so this is Scorpio. Woo! Scorpio! Okay. Tricky. This is really tricky. You've got some dreams, you've got some wishes with this intention. might go for it. If this is about love, it's possible they won't reciprocate your feelings. But you're going to learn a lot from that. And at the same time, you're going to learn how to kind of let go of the steering wheel a little bit. And in doing that, you're going to find something magical from it. You're going to find something magical from losing control and, like, things not going your way, so to speak. And for a while, I sense that you're not going to feel that great from this. But I do promise that this is a kind of lesson. There's still the teacher in here. This is a lesson that will ultimately help you grow. I just wish this was right side up. It's not, so it makes me a little sad, but essentially you've got these dreams, these wishes. If you want to go through some pain, act on it. If you want to get a lesson out of this and, like, learn a lot of stuff about life and, like, really see some stuff about the beauty in life and, like, how, like, you know, sometimes even though you saw a bunch of things a certain way, somehow it can turn out that the other person did not see it the same way. And that's sometimes a very valuable lesson to learn. I gotta say, I've learned that lesson so many times in my life. You do kind of feel lousy about yourself, but I've learned that we're all beautiful. I've learned that I'm beautiful. I love myself. I'm cool. I'm lovable. That person that I thought we were both seeing the same thing, it's cool. Like, I saw, like, a unicorn. They just saw a tree, you know? We weren't looking at the same thing. Like, I was kind of in my imagination, so to speak. But if they were in their imagination too, then, like, we were both on the same track, but we weren't. Sort of message is what I'm getting from this. But please know you are beautiful. Regardless of whatever choice you make, I want you to know that you are beautiful. Alright, hope that message resonated with you. Peace out. Alright, this is Sagittarius. Good old Sagittarius. Ooh. Okay. And there's a lot of cards, because there's a lot of letters in the word Sagittarius. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it like this. If you're wondering if you should act, I'm just going to be real quick about this because I'm 32 minutes in. I might run out of storage space. If so, I'll just continue this with part 2 just so you guys know. Perhaps you're thinking about coming together with someone, like reuniting with somebody. But I'm hearing no. I'm just hearing it's a bad idea. That's all I'm hearing, pretty much. You might miss this person you want to come back to, this idea, but I think the way everything played out, this tower that you broke, you can't just rebuild this specific tower. It's not going to work out. It's just going to be you trying to control situations, possibly. Maybe, I don't know. I am a little biased with Sagittarius, so this might just be an energy directed towards myself. So this might not resonate with anyone but me. But I'm just hearing it's just not meant to be in this particular time. If you were to act on this intention you're wondering about, I think you're just going to catch yourself in a loop. There's just going to be something that happens all over again. Something that you were just struggling to hold on to long ago when you were with this person that you're thinking about reuniting with. It's just going to... I don't think it was strong enough the first time. I don't think there was enough strength in this specific relationship with whoever this is about